Hello and welcome to MESC Red Devils NCR. We are back, and this time we have quite a few gentlemen to talk about arguably one of the biggest topics of today. We have Mudit Bhai with us, we have Prashant Bhai with us, we have Pulkit, and we have Abhijit. So, a warm welcome to each and every one of you. And I'll not take a lot of time. Let's just address the elephant in the room. Uh, we've had uh, we have had a lot of reports which have been coming throughout the day, and there are conflicting reports, whereas some believe that Cristiano has walked out literally, while others are saying that Cristiano walked out after he was asked to sub. But the bottom line is that United have come up with a statement saying that Cristiano Ronaldo will not take part in the Chelsea game in any capacity. He's not going to train with the first team. And in all points and purposes, he's been suspended for a week by the manager. Now, this is a seismic change of power in the club where individuals are always put in preference and in a pedestal to the club. Mudit, I'll open the floor to you. A two-part question. What does this decision signify, and how big of a change of power is this? Because I think this is the first manager to have come with an open stance that he doesn't want this particular player and he wants to suspend him for indecent behavior, if for lack of any other adequate words. How
Yeah,
important is this decision in the context of the club and in the context of the season?
yeah. So the manager who we all love, Sir Alex, his famous words said the minute a Man United player thought he was bigger than the manager, he had to go. Ronaldo, as a player, what he's achieved, he's obviously in stature in everything bigger than the manager. Let me just say it out loud. I don't think he should be, but he is in stature. That's what he's achieved in his career. Not comparing a player and manager per se, but just saying that having an opinion saying that a manager should not have the right to do something like this to a player like Ronaldo is also wrong because the manager is doing his job. His job is to make this club win. If he thinks he can win without a legend whom I love, then so be it because I will be on board with that fact because I want this club to win. This club was united before Ronaldo came, was united after Ronaldo left, was united before he came again, and will be united even after he leaves now. So what's more important, Manchester United or Ronaldo? Both. But the club will always come first. If we would have lost that game last night, you know, this would have been a totally different discussion from a lot of people who are now saying that the club is bigger than the player or whatever happened was wrong. But we won. That should be the news, but it's not because that's when the media comes. That's when certain things happen in a way that is shown as a pattern which might or might not be related directly to the situation. That's what has happened right now. Ronaldo not being there with the squad or not wanting to play now or whatever is happening, this will be amplified in the media. I've worked in it for 6 years. I've seen it with the naked eye. They are predators. Media is a predator who wants to continuously get out news. And what Ronaldo has done is given more content to us, content to create other content creators, content to media, of course. And it does not help the club in any way. It does not help Ronaldo in any way. It does not help us as fans in any way because the moment Ronaldo came back to this club, the fan base was again divided because millions of fans who left with him to Real Madrid came back to Manchester United. It's a migration that happened. Of course, the ones who stayed. But that's where uh, it gets amplified in the media because the media likes to take advantage of these emotions and then they play on us. And that's why these discussions are happening.
Yeah, so you've put it on rather impeccably about the divided factions and so on. Speaking about divided factions, Prashant, I put forward this question to you now. Now, clearly, there is a tipping point between arguably one of the biggest players in the club and the man who calls the shots, that is the manager. Right now, it seems that the manager holds all the aces in this proverbial battle. How quickly do you think will Ronaldo come back into the fold of things, if at all he will? Or do you think that this is the end of the road for Ronaldo? I mean, because we all know that he started off with a lot of disinterest in playing at the Europa League. His transfer request was well known to everyone that he wanted out, and now that he's there in the club, he's just playing for the sake of it, like the proverbial running through the motions. So, do you think this is the end of the road for him as far as his Old Trafford career is concerned?
I think this has to be the end of road for him. I mean, for a couple of reasons, right? You can't disrespect the club in the manner what he's been doing in the last 6, 7 to 8 months now. I mean, I understand that he wanted to leave, and we were okay if he left and if he got an offer on the table, which we didn't, right? Which Bayern Munich and Napoli publicly stated that they don't want him. Atletico Madrid and Diego Simeone publicly stated that they don't want him. So, किस बात का ego है भाई? मतलब your career, it's your last leg of your career. You know, don't tarnish your own legacy. That would be my humble request to Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, coming back to your point, right? This is the first time in a decade where I have seen a manager showing something what most managers should have shown, which is called as balls. Okay, he's showing balls. I remember during Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's era, he cajoled people. I mean, for your bad performance, he cajoled, and I was like, you are not a Man United manager by any means. I mean, you can't cajole people when you are absolutely shitting bricks. Erik Ten Hag gave him the chances, okay? And it's a common trend under Erik Ten Hag. He will give you chances. If you don't perform, you're out. Be that Jadon Sancho, be that Marcus Rashford, be that Cristiano Ronaldo. In the games against Omonia, right? Ronaldo didn't play well. It was there for everyone to see. That of course we created so many chances, he couldn't finish anything. Yeah, legend of the game, everything fair enough. I get it, right? I'll be very stupid to say that Cristiano Ronaldo will not be recognized as one of the best players to play the sport. Of course, he will be recognized as it. But you're talking about a guy who was branded as the benchmark of professionalism for 15, 17 years of his career, right? Everyone said that Messi was God gifted. Ronaldo worked his way around and became what he became because we all know that, right? He's not naturally gifted. Of course, he's gifted in certain ways, but he was an epitome of hard work. Right now, Cristiano Ronaldo is an epitome of being a dickhead. I mean, from the Everton game last time, he like out of whatever frustration you have, right? You don't do that to a kid. I mean, that was not called for. I mean, you need to control your emotions. One. Then went on in the summer with the saga of, okay, fine, I need to leave. We said, okay, fine, go leave. No offer on the table. So pipe down and play for the club. Not happening. Missed the preseason for his personal reasons. I don't know what personal reasons that those are, and it'll never be discussed, right? And fair enough, I get it. It's a personal space. You don't want to talk about it, all that. Whenever we have played him, we have lost pace. What's our biggest strength right now? Our biggest strength is pace. We attack, we counter press, we win the ball back, and we attack again. With Cristiano Ronaldo, we are losing that space. And the manager has realized that, you know what? My priority right now before the World Cup is I need United in top 4 before the World Cup. Because I don't know what is going to happen in World Cup because there are a lot of players who are going into the squad. They might get injured. I need backup for him. And I only see Cristiano Ronaldo as a backup as of now. I'm not saying that United season hopes are counting on Rashford and Martial, okay? I mean, that'll be even more stupid if you count the entire season of those two people who don't even play regularly. Right now, what Cristiano Ronaldo needs to do is go out and apologize and say, you know what, I know I need to leave. But whatever time I have at this club, I am going to give my best. If be that in capacity of 10 minutes, be that in capacity of 7 minutes or 6 minutes, I am going to run hard. I am going to win the ball for you. I will score whenever I get chances. Rather than walking out of a pitch or walking out of a game where 11 men are actually fighting for that 3 points. I mean, imagine, right? You, me are actually having this discussion. There is someone who's overviewing it and you consider him as a legend and he's just saying, kya time waste kar rahe yaar ye log, and he just walks out. You'll be like, dude, the least I expect you to is just stand there and be there for me. I am not asking you to, come on and play for me because it's okay. The manager doesn't want it. And I've read one more part of argument of people. People are like, manager asked him to warm up and then made him sit down. That's unfair. How many people have actually played professional sport, man? I mean, if you think about professional sport, Carlo Ancelotti makes sure all the subs are warmed up after halftime, irrespective of the scoreline, out of which he uses only 2. Imagine if you are, let's say, someone like Kamavinga who warms up and suddenly you're not in playing. So Kamavinga should say, yaar, ye manager galat hai. He warmed me up and he's not letting me play. I understand Kamavinga is no Cristiano Ronaldo and Cristiano Ronaldo is no Kamavinga, but it's the nature of the sport. You warm up, because the opposition team looks at it and like, oh fine, Cristiano Ronaldo might come on, so I need to change tactics. And that's exactly what happened last night. Ivan Perisic started playing deeper. He was attacking at Dalot's and suddenly he went deeper and it got space for Diogo Dalot to attack more. And when, at what time did we get the goal? 47th minute. That small tweak suddenly put doubts in Conte's head and we got a goal. And like Mudit said, the headline should be United's best performance under Erik ten Hag in 6 months. But what is the headline? Oh yeah, someone took a bottle of Coke and kept it on the table. I mean, about the same gentleman. Like really, like I'm sick and tired of Cristiano Ronaldo is a bigger diva than Britney Spears has ever been right now. I'll put it as simple as that. Like I always thought Britney Spears was the biggest diva who did all sorts of nonsense in media, but Cristiano Ronaldo, like usually how he does, has found a level above that now.
To quote Britney Spears on this, "Mama, I'm in love with a criminal." So that is what it is. So speaking about
Not true. Not true.
Yes, but still.
We're touching a whole new level here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more like
Right
it's more like Ronaldo, right? Ronaldo's Juventus term also ended something similar. So actually,
Similar,
the
yes.
more apt one for Britney Spears would be, "Oops, I did it again."
Yeah. So let's
Don't
continue.
go there, guys.
Let's continue with the Ronaldo situation currently. Okay. The first time when reports came out that he wanted a transfer request, he wanted out basically, and all the clubs started, "We don't want him. He doesn't fit our style," so on and so forth. Ronaldo in that space comes out with an Instagram post or an Instagram comment saying that I have noted down all this and I will come out with my own truth. I think this happened somewhere around in June, July. I do not know the exact time frame. That's somewhere around June, July. We are in October now, and I don't see any sign of the truth. Or I have not seen any inkling of this man trying to come out and speak about it. Okay. My question to Pulkit is, was there any truth that he wanted to say? Or is it just a plain simple fact that he got exposed then and that statement about the truth shall come out was just a ruse?
Precisely, this reminds me of, a thing like victim card. To be honest, Ronaldo is a guy now which I'm getting fed up from, some days. Why? One, he came with the club with as an imagination of idol for many people who have seen him from, to a very young era. I guess Prashant, you and all that from Sporting, then a young guy was signed by itself as SAF, then became, won the Ballon d'Or and all. And
so my first official jersey is Cristiano Ronaldo, and my last official jersey is Cristiano
that's
Ronaldo.
What I said.
Exactly.
It's like this guy was everyone's idol there. Like this guy was everyone's idol here. But I want to also say that about the thing which Devlin said, it's right. Like he also posted that comment that, you will be I have noted soon and I will come out soon. And it hasn't come out still yet. My friends also asked me, bro, kab aayega statement? I said, pata nahi aayega kabhi. But let's face this thing ki Ronaldo ka like mindset, I don't think is not at the right place after what happened, what tragic thing happened. He may be also thinking from the, in what pehle to like his, younger one gone, and then of course then Europa khelna. But of course, Prashant said right. When you got no offer from any top club, then you have to get your ego down and play at least. And that's what everyone said. कि जब तक तुम यूनाइटेड में हो, जनवरी तक तो इतना अच्छा खेलो कि तुम्हें कोई क्लब ऑफर तो कर दे. At least someone offer you 5 to 6 million. That's why Thomas Tuchel was fired. That उस बंदे की गलती नहीं थी. He doesn't want Ronaldo in Chelsea because the reason was he knows that he was not performing. And अब देखो, I guess Thomas Tuchel must be taking his wind up and saying, Erik ten Hag, you did great. And I feel that now World Cup is coming and this guy is a captain of Portugal. Now I'm more worried.
Tuchel is in Kerala, right? He would take Toddy. No, that's Toddy in Kerala.
Like I'm literally, just having this mentality. This guy's gonna captain Portugal team. World Cup is in coming months, and he's not gonna play domestic football for a week. Also, he didn't play in our preseason also, which went well. It was his time to gel with the new mates who came, new signings. And this shows that it's like up to my limit. Ki bhai tu ja. January mein chahe teko jana nahi tha, tu ja. Or let's like uska contract hata do, because this thing is like besharmi. Absolute shameless thing. Like I got many comments that bro support United, support Ronaldo. Why I support Ronaldo, bro? Saf did same with Beckham also. Let's not forget Beckham was a star. Saf did same with him. So no player or neither any manager like Asaf is bigger than Manchester United. We are fucking Manchester United and we have that ego. We are one of the best club in the England. So I don't care if अगर Ronaldo जैसे जाता है, Messi जाता है, or anyone in the future. Even if it's Bruno Fernandes also. So like I just want to pass to Mudit and
Fair enough. So now let's take a more balanced approach. Now we all agree in consensus that whatever Ronaldo did last night was wrong. All right. Another point of view that comes into play is that he's human after all. And throughout this spate, I think this has been the longest time in his long and illustrious career that he's been sitting on the bench for so long. For someone of Ronaldo's stature, this is an unprecedented sight. I mean, from being the first name on the team sheet to arguably being a sub that is being used for like what 20-25 minutes. And don't get me wrong, he still put in shifts in some of the games. I think the game against Arsenal, the 20-25 minutes that he played, the difference was palpable. And he was the catalyst to some of the positive stuff that happened. Not all, but some of them. My question to Abhijit is, could that situation what happened yesterday be handled better? Or could the Ronaldo situation in general, right from the transfer window, from both the parties have been handled better?
Yes, definitely. You said that it should have been handled better because Ronaldo is the type of player that he can make some impact in some minutes. I have stated in many videos that you should use him in a strategic way. He is not that before in a decade ago he was so in the he has the moment that he can operate in that half spaces or he could pressurize the defense. He's not like that now. He just you should use him as a strategically. He can impact that and use, as you said, you in the Arsenal game. Definitely, he has done that. He and Fred definitely put that pressure on Ramsdale and Saliba.
Eriksen.
So that using like him as a tactic is definitely a very good idea for now, or even if he stays till January or more than that. So last in yesterday the way he left off, that really gave a bad impression on the team, because you are a big player, you have achieved so much success in every areas you have worked there, and you are doing like that a bad behavior doesn't justifies your big stature, what everyone said here. Definitely it impacts the every player who is in the dressing room, and as they all follow him and all admire him, what he has achieved in so much taken his efforts for it, so sacrifices, everything he has done. So you should be a very you should admire the performance what we have done. He should have conveyed the message that you are doing a very good job to the manager, support him, every player who is improving under his all his you can say rebuilding. So he impacted that. I want to just say that how MS Dhoni has done to support the whole Indian team, just like that you can also support a whole club and tell that yes, you can achieve that. Just we can achieve whatever insights he has, you can use that. His experience does matter in every areas. So definitely I would say we should have handled, club should have handled, and also Ronaldo should have handled this situation in a better way.
Fair enough. So let's. I think we've covered almost all the bases in this conversation. We've got the part where he was wrong. We've got the part where things could have been handled a little better by both the parties. So the final thoughts from each of you will be what ahead now. Let's get everyone's short thoughts on this. What is the road ahead for the club and for Ronaldo himself? Because like Abhijit has pointed out, like we all of them know as well, that there's going to be a World Cup in less than a month. And then we have the second half of the season, which is arguably going to be even more compressed than this first half. We're going to have the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup. Then we're going to have we could have another extra 2 games if we finish second in our Europa League group. So that's 2 extra games that we have to tend to. That's a hypothetical. And then we also have 2 games in hand in this first leg of the season. So a simple question: what now for club and player? Because there is clearly breaking point between the club and the player. The player doesn't want to stay. The manager is more than happy to let the player go. So what now? Mudita, I'll start with you.
The manager is pretty comfortable in what he's done. He's sitting in a spot. It is the biggest club in the world. It is the most pressurized job in the world. This job has turned Mourinho's hair white, and that doesn't happen to that guy. So this job is not for everyone. This guy doesn't have hair. So anyway, fuck that. Sorry. So the thing that I'm trying to say here is we finally have someone who has a way of going about things and has probably an agreement with the club that he should be allowed to do whatever he wants if they want the results. What matters to fans wins. What matters to the manager? Making them win. Making the team to win. ठीक है, you don't play Ronaldo, but Rashford also doesn't perform well. ठीक है, नहीं किया perform. उसने नहीं खेला अच्छा. But that does not mean that he should play Ronaldo instead of Rashford. Seeing the road ahead, it's not simply a case of him dropping Ronaldo. He dropped Maguire too. Maguire was a manager favorite initially, but kiya. Changes will happen if a new manager comes. Now, if
England vice captain, man who played 50 consecutive games for England, no one has ever done that.
Yeah, I mean, ठीक है. But
England.
I'm an England fan. अभी छोड़ो, that's a different topic.
That's a different
topic. So for me, the road ahead would be wins. What we are getting now and what we should be getting after the break that's coming up. What happens in the World Cup will definitely define how a season is going to be because of the number of players going to play there, what will happen to them when they return. Do they return in good condition? What happens then? I don't think we'll sign any player in the transfer window in January. I think Ronaldo will leave in January. And what we are going to achieve in the second half of the season will be defined in the last 3 games before the World Cup because that will be the squad that he will be targeting with regards to first to see if there are any options for any important players who are going to play at the World Cup that he can use starting January if those players are not available on time. Right? Erik Ten Hag is very technical in these things. He's a forward planner. He will see all the things that might happen to like 3 of his critical players and start replacing them with 3 options that he has either from the academy or from his bench who he thinks should play those games in case there is a contingency needed in January or in late December or whatever for these players. For Ronaldo, please go in January. Please. That's about it.
Prashant, the same question to you. I mean, we've already spoken about this in our earlier episode. That I think this is going down Splitsville. So we could take a broader perspective on what now for the club because we have to plan ahead.
Splitsvilla, to be honest. It's actually Splitsvilla of MTV. That's how this whole saga has gone on.
So exactly. So what now? What now?
I'm sure you can hear my daughter saying, the same thing. Just go, Ronaldo. I mean, you have your own legacy. Just go. As much as we like you and we want you, but you're right now tarnishing your own image. You are not the same guy who we adored, we loved, because of your professionalism, because of your attitude that no matter what they told you.
Sorry to disturb, Prashant. Let's not forget that it's just the United fans who will be fine with it. But majority of the migrated fans that come with Ronaldo will not be fine with it. I don't give a flying.
But you should not worry about them. They'll find a new club.
Exactly.
Fans,
exactly. Yeah.
Well, not worrying. I'm just saying that that's going to be majority of the fans. Because
Galatasaray जाएगा, Saudi Arabia जाएगा, बहुत सारे जन Saudi Arabia लीग देखेंगे. अभी आधे बार्सिलोना फैंस तो चावी को सऊदी अरेबिया मैनेजरल टेक्निक्स और टैक्टिक्स देके वीडियो बनाया था. क्या ही देखा रहेगा, स्ट्रीम भी नहीं होता मैच. ठीक है. So fanboys are out of question. So I'm not going to talk about fanboys because they are like Arvind Kejriwal's government, which keeps changing. So that's okay. I'm not going to speak much about it, but I'll tell you a simple fact about Erik Ten Hag. Okay, see, I'm a Netherlands fan, and I've been a Netherlands fan for 20 years. One of the reasons why I like Netherlands as a team is, and why I've always loved Dutch managers, they have clear principles and ideas of what they want to do. Okay. Even though Louis van Gaal didn't work out for us, Louis van Gaal laid out a very clear foundation for our youth. He was the first guy who said your academy is crap. Just get rid of those players. If I don't know how many of you remember, we released the highest amount of players during Louis van Gaal's time, and we promoted the highest amount of youth during Louis van Gaal's time, where he knew that, you know what, these players are good, start promoting them. That's how we found a guy called as Marcus Rashford, or else we would have never found him. I mean, we have so many players in our academy who play 1 or 2 games and then just they go. For example, someone like Josh Harrop, he played like 1 game, scored a goal in the last game, and just left. Right? It's something of that sort. Now, coming to Erik ten Hag's situation right now, I really like when you said he's holding all the trump card in his hand. And I think that is what the first thing a manager should have done when he joined Manchester United, saying that this is the way I am going to run. You want me, these are my terms. Either you accept my terms or else don't appoint me. And there is no lack of suitors for Erik ten Hag now. If tomorrow he decides that, dude, I want to go, then a club like Barcelona will snap him up immediately because of Ajax Vidya Mandir, or a club like Real Madrid will go and snap him up because Ancelotti wants to retire at the end of the year, or whatever. So for after ages, Erik ten Hag has come to Manchester United, and he clearly understood that there's a lot of things which he has to manage here, and one of the things which he has to manage is to get the structure right, which means he has to get players on his side. Think about the signings, what all signings he's made. Tyrell Malaysia, tenacious guy. He's not going to give up for the spot just because Luke Shaw won it. He's going to come back harder in this team. We also saw Lisandro Martinez, one of the shortest centre backs in Premier League, pocket Harry Kane yesterday. That shows the character of what kind of player he's bought. Anthony, right? People, Scholes called him one-trick pony. If his one trick is only to keep scoring goals, I'm okay with it. That's absolutely fine by me. Arjen Robben was a one-trick pony for 25 years. No one could catch him. So Erik ten Hag knows the kind of profile of players what he wants in, and he also understands that Cristiano Ronaldo may not be the guy with whom I can build a team along. So the best move for both of us is you go your way, I'll go my way. It is best for Manchester United Football Club. And that's what we want, right? I mean, as much as we love Ronaldo, but we don't want this drama on a daily basis. I mean, this is taxing for everyone who follows the club. It's even more taxing for the players going around it. They'll be like, मतलब खेलो भी, appreciation भी ना मिले, जो आदमी खेला नहीं उसके बारे में दिन भर बात करो ये, मतलब यही चाहिए अब. So those are my final thoughts on the whole situation.
Pulkit, the same question to you. What now? And yeah.
मैं एक सिंपल चीज बोलूंगा. इवन ब्रूनो फर्नांडिस एंड डियागो डालेट जो इसके साथ पोर्चुगल में खेलते जिसके आइडल है, वो भी कह रहे होंगे भाई तू मेरा आइडल है बट क्लब मेरे को तेरे से ज्यादा प्यारा है अभी. सो प्लीज लीव फॉर इन दिस जनवरी बिकॉज आई एम परफॉर्मिंग गुड. एंड इवन एरिक टेन हाग नोज पूरी टीम का मेंटालिटी इज गेटिंग हैम्पर्ड एंड दीस फैन बॉयज, तो व्हाट कैन आई से, इनका तो कभी कोई क्लब बेस नहीं रहता. रोनाल्डो इंडिया भी आ जाए ऐसे आ जाएंगे देखने ही. तो I mean, I don't have anything to tell about these fanboys.
अच्छा साले इकोनॉमी और तेज बढ़ेगी अपनी टीम की वजह से.
मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ ना. I'm telling you that. So see, I don't care. Like even we know that these fanboys कई के नहीं है, glory hunters एक नंबर के. Once when you start playing good, they say United and Ronaldo's perfect match. अभी रोनाल्डो जाएगा सुनाएंगे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता हमें, वैसे भी उसकी से बहन ही है जो बोलती है ज्यादा. So I'm good with it. भाई जा. I'm really happy if we terminate his contract and buy a good striker and pay good money in January and clinch something for glory, so that last में जाके ऐसा बोले कि Erik ten Hag proved more than Arteta after 3 years getting top of the table. I'm better than that.
I mean, Arteta doesn't come in the picture.
Let's not forget this guy was almost ready to move to Man City.
Yeah, no one, and he was ready to move to Chelsea as well.
जो भी है, United.
Even just to interrupt you guys, right? Just to add to a simple point
to get United to kind of sign him. Even if it was a tactic.
Mudit, but you also have to remember कि Arteta had the balls to do the same thing to Aubameyang, and look what is happening to Arsenal right now. He clearly realized that भाई तू बम में टैटू बना, but मेरे को एक स्ट्राइकर चाहिए जो गोल मारेगा, तो बाकी कुछ भी कर. And he realized that Lacazette is not doing that, Aubameyang is not doing that. Arsenal took a loss of close to 100 million to let go of Aubameyang. They paid his wages at Barcelona. They paid his contract termination charges. They paid all sorts of money for him to just get rid of the club. Now, without Aubameyang, Arsenal are a lot happier unit, a lot settled unit, and above all, Arsenal players want to play for the manager. Here, players want to play for the manager, but एक आदमी बीच में जाके बोलता मैं तो खेलूंगा ही नहीं, मैं जा रहा हूँ, मैं फोन तोड़ने जा रहा हूँ, नया फोन तोड़ने अभी लोगों.
अभिजीत भाई, आपका व्यू पॉइंट क्या है इसमें? अभी सबने एज इट इज बोल दिया है। आपको क्या लगता है कि यहाँ से अभी सिचुएशन क्या होगा क्लब के लिए और रोनाल्डो के लिए एज अ प्लेयर?
Firstly, I would say that he must apologize for whatever he has behaved yesterday. I will say it boldly because you are wearing a United shirt. You came here to United because you said in a statement that you want to make the club greater again, and you are doing this pathetic behavior. Then really, it is not acceptable to not to United fan or anyone, because you are a professional athlete, and you are not doing your business. This is not acceptable behavior. First, he should, whatever he has done it publicly, he should come publicly and he should say that I am sorry for that behavior, and I am doing this to down the morale of the team. I think if he wants to perform, then he should earn that his place in the team by his performance, whatever he's doing. Because you give a message to everyone that that the dressing room is either divided, or you're not you cannot match your tactics with manager, or you're not meeting up with whatever he meets wants Ten Hag from him. So that is not expected from a professional athlete like him. And definitely he should stick to the whatever Erik Ten Hag demands from him, whatever insights he can give to the Erik Ten Hag and the team. And you can admire the youngsters to come to in that form which we need, which is vital for a season.
So yeah, I think everyone has summed up their thought processes rather clearly. To put in my true stance, I genuinely believe that this is the end of the road, and an ideal club should function in a way where the manager is the one who calls the shots, because that is why he's called the manager. And this is a step in the right direction for the club, where we have a manager who's calling the shots, and this is a welcome wind of change from the years of cajoling and the yes men that we have had. And all in all, I think it is an exciting time, not for us as fans as well, because there is visual signs of progress. And we also excitement in the fact that we've managed to come out with credible results in the big games. There is something with Dutch managers and big games which brings out the best in them. For all of Louis Van Gaal's shortcomings, Van Gaal had an excellent record against the top six.
Because they have balls to take calls which other people don't have.
Exactly. So, and all in all, this has been a rather interesting conversation with all you guys. There were a lot of interesting concepts and point of views that were put across, and it was fun to say the least. And so, guys, this draws to a close of arguably one of the biggest topics that has been plaguing us around, and it was a lot. So do show us your love, do like, share, and subscribe on our official YouTube channel. We are active on all social media, on Instagram and Twitter as well. We are 24/7 active on WhatsApp, so you do not want to miss a chance to join in that as well. We keep on sharing viewpoints, predictions, and so on. We also have a website which is on air, so please do not forget to go ahead and show some love there as well. So yeah, thank you to all you gentlemen for taking your time out and speaking on this. And this is Delvin along with Prashant, Abhijit, Mudit, and Pulkit saying Alvida Ronaldo, and goodbye to the rest of you as well.
Adios, Diva Ronaldo.
My first video here, and we are saying Alvida